Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
This time we're going to be looking at AI agents and how they're transforming businesses. Our main source for this deep dive is a brand new blog post.
From Microsoft that just came out earlier this week.
Yeah.
And it's packed with real-world examples.
That I think will make you rethink how work gets done.
Absolutely.
So whether you're a hardcore techie or just someone who's curious.
About the future, this deep dive is for you.
Definitely.
So the one thing that really jumped out at me from the blog post,
What's that, 60%?
the Fortune 500 companies are already using Microsoft 365 Copilot.
Yeah, that's a huge number.
That's massive.
Really shows how
This technology is being adopted.
Right.
It's not just a trend anymore. It's
like a full-blown revolution.
I think so, yeah.
And it's not just about being trendy either, right?
Whoa.
We're talking about real measurable results.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Lumen Technologies.
They are predicting $50 million.
An annual savings.
Yeah.
Just from using Copilot.
This is from Copilot.
Yeah. That's mind-blowing.
It's incredible.
And then there's Honeywell.
They're saying that Copilot is boosting their productivity to the point where it's basically like adding 187
Wow.
new employees.
That's a lot of employees.
Yeah, to their payroll.
I mean, that's just amazing.
It's impressive.
And then you've got Finastra.
They've managed to cut their creative production time.
From 7 months down to 7 weeks?
Yeah, 7 weeks.
That's a total game changer.
It is. It's a complete paradigm shift.
So we keep hearing about these agents.
What exactly are they?
I mean, I'm picturing like secret agents and trench coats,
Right, huh?
but I have a feeling it's a bit more nuanced than that.
Yeah, a little bit.
So how would you explain what an AI agent is?
To someone who's maybe not familiar with the term.
Okay, so think of it this way.
Agents are like the next evolution of apps.
Okay.
They're autonomous programs.
That are designed to handle tasks and streamline processes.
Okay.
And the best part is they work tirelessly.
On your behalf.
Like 24/7.
Yeah, exactly. 24/7.
Whether you're an individual part of a team,
Or even managing an entire department.
it's like having a digital workforce.
That never sleeps.
Okay, so that sounds pretty amazing.
But how do we actually create these agents?
Does it require some like super secret coding knowledge?
No, not at all, actually.
Like Microsoft has this platform.
Called Copilot Studio.
Okay.
And it's surprisingly user-friendly
It's designed specifically.
for creating and managing these agents.
So it's kind of like a drag and drop interface.
Yeah, you could think of it that way.
It connects to all your data sources.
Oh, wow.
So your agents have access to all the information they need.
Okay, so it's like giving them a brain.
And then plugging them into the company's central nervous system.
Exactly. You got it.
I like that analogy.
So the blog post highlights some really interesting examples.
Of how companies are using agents to solve real-world challenges. Like Pets at Home, for example.
They created an agent.
That handles case reviews
Huh.
for their profit protection team.
And this is saving them potentially millions of dollars annually.
Millions.
Millions, yeah.
That's incredible.
It is pretty remarkable.
What about other companies?
Are they seeing similar success?
Oh, absolutely.
McKinsey and Company, for instance,
They developed an agent
that can actually reduce client onboarding lead times.
by a whopping 90%.
Wow, 90%.
90%.
That's almost unbelievable.
It's amazing.
They achieved this by automating a lot of the tasks.
Involved in onboarding.
Like what kinds of tasks?
Things like processing documents, scheduling meetings, managing communication workflows.
Okay, so stuff that used to
That
take
take
up...
a ton of time and resources.
Exactly.
And then there's Thomson Reuters.
They built an agent that's cutting their legal due diligence.
Workflow times in half.
Yeah, in half.
Think about the competitive edge that gives them.
Oh, it's huge.
They can complete projects faster, take on more clients.
And ultimately generate more revenue.
Definitely.
So we're talking about increased efficiency.
New business opportunities.
It
It seems like the sky's the limit with these agents.
really does feel that way.
Right.
And these applications are just the tip of the iceberg.
Microsoft is actually rolling out 10
Brand new autonomous agent.
designed specifically for Dynamics 365.
Okay, so Dynamics 365.
That's their suite of business applications, right?
Exactly.
So these agents are targeted
At teams in sales, service, finance.
and supply chain management.
Across the board.
Okay, so let's dive into these new Dynamics 365 agents.
Right.
What kind of capabilities we're talking about here?
So one of the standouts is the sales qualification agent.
Oh, interesting.
This agent helps sales teams prioritize leads
How does it do that?
by analyzing data points like budget authority and timelines.
Okay, so it's looking...
The likelihood of a lead actually closing.
Right, and then that helps them
The
prioritize.
most promising ones.
So salespeople can focus their energy
on the deals that are most likely to convert.
That makes a lot of sense. It's all about efficiency.
And get this.
This agent can even draft personalized emails to potential clients.
Saving salespeople hours of work each week.
I'm sold.
What else have they got?
Okay, so there's also the supplier communications agent.
Okay, supplier communications.
This one's a game changer.
For supply chain optimization.
Interesting.
This agent keeps an eye on supplier performance.
How so?
It identifies potential hiccups and proactively addresses issues.
Like delays?
So it basically eliminates those.
Frantic last-minute calls and scrambles.
I can see how that would be super valuable.
Oh, yeah, it takes a lot of stress.
Out of the equation.
Okay, that's pretty impressive.
But what about customer service?
Those teams are always swamped.
With questions and requests.
Oh, for sure.
Do these new agents offer any help there?
Absolutely.
Microsoft introduced the Customer Intent Agent
Okay.
and the Customer Knowledge Management Agent.
And what do those do?
They work side by side.
With customer service reps to help them resolve issues more efficiently.
And so how does AI help with that?
Well, the knowledge management agent is particularly cool.
It can actually generate knowledge-based articles
What?
based on customer interactions,
So it's like,
automatically building up a self-help library.
that's amazing.
It is.
That can be used to answer future questions.
Exactly.
So AI isn't just taking over tasks.
It's actually helping humans become better at their jobs.
That's the goal.
That's really interesting.
All this AI magic is pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
But I'm guessing some listeners are probably thinking,
About the data side of things.
for sure.
What about privacy and security with these agents?
That's a really important consideration.
Yeah.
And Microsoft addresses it head on.
In the blog post.
Okay, good.
They emphasize.
Their commitment to robust security measures.
And user-defined controls within Copilot Studio.
Okay, so it's not a case of
Just setting it and forgetting it
users still have control.
over how these agents operate. And it's not just lip service either.
Oh, really?
Microsoft is actually using these tools internally.
Across various departments.
They're like eating their own dog food.
Exactly.
That's interesting.
And tell me, how are they using these tools themselves?
What one sales team at Microsoft
Reported a 9.4% increase in revenue per seller.
Wow.
And they closed 20% more deals.
Thanks to Copilot.
So they're literally seeing the impact.
On their bottom line.
Oh, yeah, they are seeing real results.
That's impressive.
It sounds like they're truly invested in this technology.
I think so, yeah.
Not just from a development standpoint.
It also in terms of incorporating.
To their own operations.
What about other departments?
Their customer service teams are seeing great results, too.
They're resolving cases nearly 12% faster.
Using Copilot.
12% faster.
That's significant.
And their marketing team.
They've experienced a 21.5% increase.
In conversion rates on Azure.com.
Wow.
Thanks to a custom-built agent.
That assists potential buyers.
So it's not just about automating tasks.
That's right.
It's about using AI
To enhance human capabilities.
and drive real business outcomes.
Exactly.
So this isn't just some abstract concept for them.
No, it's very real.
They're seeing the benefits firsthand.
Across multiple departments.
Across the board, yeah.
This is all so fascinating.
It is.
I feel like we're getting a glimpse into the future of work.
You know, it really does feel that way.
It's important to remember
That we're still in the early stages
Oh, yeah, for sure.
of this AI revolution.
The potential is immense.
And we've only just begun.
Explore the possibilities.
You've given us a lot to think about.
That's for sure.
I'm sure our listeners are already buzzing.
With ideas and questions.
I bet they are.
So let's take a quick pause,
To gather our thoughts.
and then we'll jump right back into the
Sounds good to me.
fascinating discussion. All right, so we've seen
Some pretty compelling examples.
of how companies are harnessing the power of AI agents.
Definitely.
But let's step back for a moment and consider the bigger picture here.
What does this all mean?
For the average person,
Yeah, what does this mean for me and you?
I think what we're witnessing
It's a fundamental shift.
in the way work gets done,
Okay, so it's not just about
automating mundane tasks.
Yep.
It's about empowering people,
to be more strategic
more creative
and ultimately more impactful.
in their roles,
So it's like AI is handling the heavy lifting.
so we can focus on the bigger picture.
Exactly.
Those tasks that require...
uniquely human skills.
Right.
Those things that AI can't do.
And that leads us to an important question.
For our listeners,
Okay, hit me.
what tasks or processes
In your work or life...
could benefit from an AI agent?
That's a good question.
I mean, think about it. Could you automate report generation?
Maybe streamline your data analysis or
Oh.
even enhance your customer interactions.
Yeah, the possibilities are pretty much endless.
The possibilities are truly endless.
This is all very exciting.
Well, let's be real.
With all this talk about efficiency and automation.
Some listeners are probably wondering about the potential downsides.
Right.
Is job displacement a valid concern?
It's a valid concern.
Are we all going to be replaced by robots?
I don't think so.
I think it's important to
But
remember.
AI is a tool.
Okay.
And like any tool.
It can be used in different ways.
Right.
The key is to focus on using AI.
Implement human capabilities,
Okay.
not replace them entirely.
So it's about collaboration
Exactly.
rather than competition.
AI is a partner, not a replacement.
I like that.
Imagine AI handling
Those repetitive, time-consuming tasks
freeing up humans.
to focus on what they do best.
Creative problem solving.
Critical thinking, building relationships
Those uniquely human skills.
that AI simply can't replicate.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's about leveraging AI
To create a more
and
fulfilling
a productive work experience.
everyone.
I agree.
But let's face it, there will always be some resistance to change.
That's true.
How do we overcome
That fear and skepticism.
that some people might have?
I think education and open communication are key.
Okay.
So it's about
Helping people understand the benefits of AI,
right
addressing their concerns head on.
and providing the training and support.
They need to adapt
Mm-hmm.
to this new way of working.
It's about empowering people,
Okay.
not just with the technology.
But also with the knowledge and skills
They need to thrive.
of this AI-powered world.
It's about empowering people,
Not just with the technology.
but also with the knowledge and skills
They need to thrive.
in this AI-powered world.
Right.
And it's also about
Having open and honest conversations
what?
about the implications of these advancements.
Like what kinds of implications?
So, for
How do
sure.
we ensure fairness and transparency?
In the development and deployment of these technologies.
Those are really important questions.
They are.
It's not just about the technology itself.
Right.
It's about the values.
And principles that guide its use.
Exactly.
We need to ensure that AI is used
To create a better future for all.
for everyone.
Not just a select few.
I couldn't agree more.
And that's why it's
To
encouraging.
see companies like Microsoft
Emphasizing responsible development
and taking concrete steps.
to address these concerns.
Okay, so they're not just talking the talk.
Yeah.
They're actually walking the walk.
They are.
It's not just about profit.
It's about building a future.
Where AI benefits everyone.
I love that.
It sounds like we're at a crossroads.
In a way, I think we are.
We have this incredibly powerful technology,
At our fingertips.
but it's up to us to decide how we use it.
That's the key.
We can choose to let fear and uncertainty,
Hold that back.
or we can embrace the possibilities
And shape a future
where AI empowers us.
to achieve our full potential.
I love that perspective.
It's a powerful reminder.
We're not just passive observers.
In this technological revolution,
Yeah.
we have the power.
To shape its trajectory.
Yeah. And ensure that it leads.
To a brighter future for all.
That's an important point.
It is?
We have agency in this.
Now, before we get carried away,
With all the positive possibilities.
let's take a moment
To acknowledge that there are still some challenges.
to overcome.
Of course.
We've touched on job displacement.
But what about the potential for bias
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
in these AI algorithms?
That seems like a critical area.
It is absolutely critical.
To consider.
AI systems are trained on data.
And if that data reflects existing biases
Right.
in society,
Then the AI system will inevitably.
perpetuate those biases.
So it's like that saying,
Garbage in, garbage out.
exactly.
If we feed AI systems biased data, we're going to get biased outcomes.
So how do we address this?
Well, it's more than just being careful.
About the data we use.
Okay.
It's about actively seeking out
And incorporating diverse perspectives.
in the development and training of AI systems.
So diversity of thought,
Yes.
diversity of experience.
Diversity of background,
It's all essential
which ensure that AI is truly inclusive.
and benefits everyone
It's not just about,
who builds these systems.
Right.
It's also about who has access to them.
absolutely.
We need to ensure that AI
Not just a tool,
for the privileged few
but that it's accessible to everyone,
to everyone
regardless of their background.
or socioeconomic status.
Exactly.
It's about democratizing AI,
Making it a force for good in the world.
not just a tool for profit or power.
I couldn't agree more.
And that brings us,
To another crucial consideration.
okay, what's that?
The role of government.
And regulation,
Ah, yeah.
the big R word.
Uh-huh. Right.
Some people view regulation
While others see it
as
absolutely essential.
for protecting the public interest.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
What are your thoughts on this?
I think it's about finding the right balance.
Okay.
We need to create a regulatory environment
That encourages innovation.
while also safeguarding against potential harms.
So not too heavy-handed,
Right.
but not a free-for-all either.
It's a delicate dance.
We need a Goldilocks approach to AI regulation,
We need to think carefully
about how to regulate AI
in a way that promotes responsible development
and deployment
without stifling its potential.
to benefit society.
This is all such important stuff.
It is.
It's clear that AI
It's going to have a profound impact.
on our lives
And it's crucial that we have these conversations.
and start thinking critically.
Absolutely,
But-
about the choices we're making today.
These decisions will have far-reaching consequences.
I couldn't agree more.
It's time to move beyond the hype
And the fear.
and start engaging in a meaningful dialogue.
About the future we want to create with AI.
It's a future that's full of possibilities.
And it's also a future.
that requires us to be thoughtful
Well said.
and, above all, human Hoshin
We can't lose sight
of our value
in our shared humanity.
as we navigate this new landscape.
Well said.
And on that note,
Let's transition back
okay,
to the specifics of AI agents.
we've talked about the big picture implications.
The practical side of things.
Sounds good to me.
Let's dive back into those real-world applications
And see what we can learn
from companies that are already using.
these tools successfully.
Okay, so we talked about the big picture and all that.
But let's get back to that Microsoft blog post.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that really hit home for me was
They made it clear these AI agents aren't just some
futuristic fantasy.
Yep.
They're already being used by real companies
real companies solving real problems.
to solve real problems.
Exactly.
We saw those amazing examples.
From Pets at Home, McKinsey Thomson Reuters.
Those were great examples.
They are not just talking about AI.
They're actually using it
They're walking the walk.
to improve things and get ahead.
Yeah, to gain a competitive edge.
And those were just a few examples.
It seems like the possibilities are just endless.
It does, doesn't it?
Whether it's streamlining processes,
Using customer service.
optimizing supply chains,
There's so many ways
these agents can be used
to make businesses better,
more efficient, more successful.
more successful. Exactly.
And as this technology keeps getting better,
Mm.
those possibilities will just keep growing.
That's exciting.
It's a really exciting time
It is.
to be part of this AI revolution.
But it's also a time to be careful.
We need to think about the implications.
Yeah, for sure.
And make sure we're using AI in a way
That benefits everyone.
benefits everyone, right?
It's not just about the tech itself.
It's about how we use it
Exactly.
and the values we build into it.
It's about responsible AI.
So where do we go from here
What can our listeners do?
to get ready for this AI-powered future?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Well, first of all,
Stay informed.
okay, stay informed.
Keep learning about AI,
Its capabilities
its potential impact,
on your industry and your life.
because the more you understand it,
The better prepared you'll be
right?
to navigate this new world.
It's all about knowledge.
What else can our listeners do?
To stay ahead of the curve.
Don't be afraid to experiment.
Oh, I like that.
There are so many AI tools out there.
Many of them are free.
Or very affordable.
Just play around with them
See what you can create
and start thinking about how you can use AI
in your own life.
in your own work, in your personal life.
So be a trailblazer.
Exactly.
Embrace the unknown.
The future belongs to those who adapt.
And evolve.
And don't forget to connect with others.
Who are interested in AI.
Build a community.
Share ideas. Learn from each other.
Support each other.
Collaboration is key.
And most importantly,
Okay,
don't lose sight of your own humanity.
that's a good one.
AI is a powerful tool
But it's up to us
to decide how we use it.
to use it wisely.
Let's create a future.
Where AI makes our lives better
Helps us achieve our goals.
and helps us build a better world for everyone.
That's a beautiful thought.
You've given us a lot to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Into the world of AI agents.
My pleasure.
We hope you found it informative and inspiring.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning.
And keep asking questions.